In this video, I'm going to talk about sign conventions and how QED.net makes it easy to correctly enter A-sphere and freeform surface coefficients no matter what sign convention is used on the optical print. Instead of forcing you to conform to a particular sign convention, such as convex surfaces always having a positive radius, QED.net allows you to simply enter surface prescription information exactly as it appears on the print, and then the software asks you what sign convention was used. Additionally, there are several different ways of specifying which sign convention is used, but the default and easiest to use is by specifying the shape at vertex, or put more simply, by specifying if the surface is supposed to be convex or concave. To view the current sign convention mode, go to the Administration menu, select Configure Application, double-click Surface, click Entry Options, and look at the sign convention entry type. Here, I'm using the default setting of shape at vertex, but I could also specify the sign convention by indicating if a positive sag represents a convex or concave surface, or by assuming the lens design sign convention and specifying if this is the left or right surface of a lens. Let's move on to an example. I'm going to navigate back to the home screen and double-click the Create Part widget. So here, I have a snippet of an optical print for a plano concave lens. The concave surface is aspheric and uses the common lens design sign convention that the radius is positive if the center of curvature is to the right of the surface. I'll start by entering the surface form and specifying the aperture information. To properly enter the radius and coefficients of the surface, I will enter the coefficients exactly as they are specified on the print. There's no need to flip any signs, and the only other thing I need to do is to specify that the surface is concave. The surface drawing helps confirm that I have chosen the sign convention correctly, but the sag should always be checked to ensure that there is not a subtle error in the coefficients. I can easily do that by clicking the sag check button and comparing against the sag table on my print. There are a couple exceptions to these simple guidelines that are worth pointing out. The first is if you receive A-sphere information like this, where the radius is unsigned and the coefficients are provided separately. In cases like this, it may be necessary to try both a positive and negative sign on the radius to get the sag table to match the print. Additionally, certain surface types, such as 2D sag tables, off-axis A-spheres, and other non-rotationally symmetric surfaces, do not support the surface shape at vertex sign convention because the vertex location is not necessarily well defined, and the vertex curvature may be different in the x and y directions. As an example, let's say my aspheric surface is actually an A-cylinder. If I change the surface form to A-cylinder, I am presented with different options for specifying the sign convention, but the basic principles are the same. I still do not need to change the sign on any values. I just need to tell the software what sign convention this part prescription uses. So instead of choosing directly if the surface is concave or convex, I must specify whether a positive sag represents a convex or a concave surface. So I'll go ahead and enter the prescription info again. By default, a positive radius and a positive sag represents a convex surface. But in this case, since I have a positive radius that represents a concave surface, the positive concave option is correct. Again, it is not necessary to change the sign on any values. I just choose the correct sign convention. The surface preview helps give confidence that I have specified the sign convention correctly, and I can use the sag check option to ensure that there are no errors in any of the coefficients. As always, if you have any questions on this or entering surfaces into QED.net, please reach out to one of our applications engineers.